And also the Dataspaces ecosystem is rich and it's complex. So it's also useful to position ourselves in the big picture. So this is what we call the big picture. It might be oversimplified, but just to provide you with raw guidelines, let's say, or a baseline about where we stand. And if we start top down, we can see a layer which is basically on the policy, regulation, legislation. So this is what the European Commission is doing with the Data Act and the transposition and the guidelines that we can see coming from the Dataspaces Support Center and the blueprints and everything. There is another layer where we are working together in reference architecture, specifications, requirements, labels, a lot of things. And this is where, for instance, some of our members, such as IDSA, Gaia-X, ICER, are positioning. And then we see that there is a layer below, which is basically where we can help, which is where we are experts on from the Eclipse Foundation, which is building a community that is producing concrete milestones in the form of open source reference implementation, so software packages for Dataspaces, and open source specifications that are hopefully later on translated into standards for Dataspaces. So this is where we position it. It doesn't mean that we are not embracing everybody from the upper layers. The opposite side, we are trying to promote and make sure that we are including all the relevant actors from the upper layers, but it is that we are trying to go one step further and providing with these concrete things to the community. And I touched upon this earlier, but when we are doing it, especially on standardization, we need to make sure that we are also including everything that is coming from the European Commission, from the Data Act, in whatever we are doing for our implementations and for our specifications. And this is translated, especially if you look on the Data Act, there are 2 specific articles that are ruling the way we should produce sovereign data sharing and therefore Dataspaces. So we are looking very closely into this and we are trying to transpose it into everything we are doing.